Hey, look, right there.
No, you're not on. Quit trying to chew me.
How about now?
Let me see. I can't see your elbow.
You don't have your button on. Nope,
Okay.
there it is. Now it's on.
Oh, I must not have it on. Look at him.
What do you say, buddy? You ready to go for a ride? Look at him. He rides so well.
What are you doing?
Hey, let's make one more round
Okay.
around the prairie, and then we'll go to the resort. How's that, everybody?
Okay.
Are we live, Amanda?
Lord, if the truck will make it.
Are we live?
Oh, God.
Are you got us on?
Yeah, we're on.
Okay. Hey, a tiny home park, we're calling this, to be compliant with the state of Tennessee's verbiage. And this is going to be 36 home sites plus, maybe, that we're laying out on 7 acres. We'll probably have about 1.5 acres of a lake right
That's
there.
going to be cool.
Now, they call me the Michelangelo of tiny homes.
Who does?
I just came up with
Who
that.
Nobody calls you that.
I call myself that.
Oh, well, I see.
In the dark hours of the evening, Amanda. When I can call myself whatever I want,
You can.
after everybody calls me whatever they want,
Whatever they want.
whatever I think ends up, that's the way it has to be. But look, all right, we're turning into, and there's going to be trees, there's going to be houses, there's going to be all kinds of stuff here. A big lake, a tower. This is a tiny home park.
Show
Now,
it out that way.
this is our third
can't
one.
see it.
This is number 3 on this 34 acres. So eat your heart out, all you people out there wanting a tiny home park. Isn't that beautiful? We call that the prairie. Why, Amanda? Why do we call it the prairie?
Huh?
Why do we call this one the prairie? We got the beach behind us, the forest.
Because it's all out on the prairie. It's out
Because
in
there's
the
no
field.
trees, man.
It's all a big field.
All right, look, we're turning down.
Here,
This is a 1-lane
Go
road.
Look outside.
All right, this is a 1-lane road. And this 1 lane is called
Here, let me do it out the window.
Yellowstone. Look, we've already got a lake. I'm gonna have to go through that lake, Amanda.
I love you, honey.
Let's see.
I love you.
I don't know if we can get through there without 4-wheel drive.
Randy, that looks awful.
It does.
Oh!
Yump will probably get mad at me for going through this muck. Well, look, we even got a roadblock.
Oh my God, we're gonna get stuck.
What are we gonna do?
Ah! Randy, there's spikes right there.
I know. Let me see.
Oh God.
Here,
Let me
let's
have the
let me-
phone.
wait a minute. Let's
Give
put
me
it.
the phone.
I'm gonna put it in neutral.
Give me the phone.
Here's neutral. I'm gonna put it in 4-wheel drive.
Let me have the phone.
Here we go. So we can get out of this
Oh
mess.
God.
Here we go.
Oh, you went over with them spikes.
Did it wreck the tire?
Well, I don't know.
All right, that was Yellowstone. Now we're on Tombstone.
Oh God.
We made a left on Tombstone. Look at that. Now we're on Tombstone. There's houses on both sides, right and left.
Right and left.
Yeah, this is the prairie. Now look, in the prairie, you only had a house every 44 miles, all right? Here you got a house every 44 feet. How do you like that, Amanda? That came out pretty cool, didn't it?
What in the world?
Look, we're gonna leave that telephone pole so see how many people crashes into it. I'm just teasing. That's the pole. That pole is so old, they've got the climbing spikes on it.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it's a pole to nowhere. So we're gonna take it out.
The pole to nowhere.
Yeah.
How about
Now
that?
we're going the opposite way of the one-way
Here, slow
street.
down so I can, so we
I'll
can show
slow
it.
down right now.
Lord, this truck beat me to death.
Man, I am wore out. This truck is just,
It wears you out.
love it.
Oh, look at there, Randy.
Look at what?
What I'm showing.
Yeah, I've been looking at it. Isn't that beautiful? Now, this is going to be 36 plus lots, right? We're probably developing about 5 acres.
Yeah,
And this whole field is about 7 acres, all right?
7 acres.
Yeah. Now listen, you guys, it's going to be just like you see on these other communities and parks that they have. They're going to be over 60 some foot deep, but there's no trees, there's no barriers. And that's why we want to have things that are just nice and neat and they look good. You can plant trees here. You can plant, you know, any kind of stuff you want to make your home here.
Right.
What we're doing next, this is the road bed. We stripped all the topsoil. Now we'll go in there, and every lot we will be, because of the pins we just put up, except for the one I ran over, we'll be putting in all the parking spots and the house spots.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's one way. And the reason I always go one-way streets is because I don't want to cut a 22-foot wide or a 20-foot wide street.
Right.
I like them narrow. And so they're quaint. Listen, I see we'll plant trees along this whole road. The resort that I used to own, I took hundreds of maple trees and we put them along the road, the entire entrance, and it looked beautiful. 4 or 5 years and it was gorgeous. Yeah. Let's see what we got here, Manders.
Oh gosh, look what a mess.
I know, I ran over one of Jump Steaks, didn't I?
Yeah.
Let's see, hey, see that mutt in front of us? See the muck?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what we went through.
Let's go back. Here we go.
Somebody said punch it.
Punch it, baby.
Oh! Oh! Good Lord. Oh, Lord, what a mess.
Now, I want to show you what Susan's done over here in our boneyard.
Okay.
All the guys call this a boneyard because it's a collection of just all of our old wood, our reclaimed wood, and a lot of our, right here, Amanda. Look how organized this is now.
Oh, there's a fire.
Yeah, we just burnt something.
Fire. Randy is mudding.
Look
That's
over
what
here.
Robin just said.
See how Susan's got it all organized here?
I can't see up there.
All right, you guys are in the lungs of a tiny home company.
The lungs.
The lungs. You're in the organs. Yep.
Oh, it looks great over here.
We're getting it organized. We got a lot of cool stuff.
She's even sweeping around and raking and everything.
You got to have. Hey, listen. You've got to have spare parts.
You have to.
Yeah, when you build stuff like this, man. All right, here we go. Sweet. All right.
Tell them it's too bouncy for me to look at the comments right this second.
She said it was too bouncy for her to look at the comments right there at this second.
But I will.
You want me to stop so you can look at some? If they get any questions
No,
about the prairie?
we gotta get over there.
Let's go over there. Over. All right, everybody, that's called the prairie.
You see that big piece of mud? Oh! Randy!
Yeah!
Oh my God!
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Mud a-flying.
This is Industrial Road. Man, to show our street sign.
My God!
Our street sign.
That's it.
You got your
There.
hand over it. Yeah. Tiny Town Way. You know what? Somebody texted me and said, guess what, Randy? We Googled Incredible Tiny Homes.
Yeah?
And we were on Google.
What does that mean?
That means we're on the Earth map.
Yeah, we've been on there. Well, no, we haven't.
It says
have we?
Incredible Tiny Homes.
It does not.
Yeah, man, I'm somebody.
That's new.
Yeah. Hey, when you get on Google, man, that's it.
Google Earth. Oh, Randy, go slow. I don't like his truck.
I got to sling all this mud off of this thing.
Oh.
Mom, hey, look at your camera. Look at the back side of your camera. Oh!
I'm gonna kill you! Oh! How can we show? We can't show them that.
Oh, look, they bush hogged us.
Oh my gosh, there's mud all on the other side of my camera.
Here we go. Well, you shouldn't have hung it outside the window.
Well,
all right, here we go.
Good.
All right, this
Lord.
is 160 acres. Amanda, look at these trees. That's a pecan tree right there.
Is it?
Yep, big pecan. And look at these 4 or 5 trees over here to the left.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
There's the house.
Yep.
Oh my God, there's so much mud on my phone.
Your phone is full of mud.
Oh God.
Now this is going to be the thoroughfare. How you call that?
Well, you just said
The
it.
fairway,
fair-
the main
fair-
drive. Yeah, this is going to be it right here. All right.
Oh my God, look at this mud.
That is
Look
cool.
at that.
Your phone went mud and
I can kill you.
it's all over your arm
Oh
too.
my God. Oh, wait a minute. Can I show it in the mirror? Can they see it? Is that right?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Can they see it?
Yeah.
at the mud on my phone. Does everybody see that?
Ace, you ready? Come on. Let's take a walk. Come on, buddy.
God,
Come on.
what a disaster.
Let's go.
Oh, good.
Well, I've decided to keep the truck, all right? And it's not, there was an accident last week,
Yeah.
and then I was over here the other day, and Yump said, go to the top, Randy, you got a road cut to the top. I got halfway up there, and the road stopped, had nowhere to turn around but in the woods, and I took out a sapling, and it tore out my quarter panel. It's got a 500,000 miles on it. It's an awesome diesel truck, but it needs some work, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna,
You gotta keep it.
I don't feel safe enough to sell it to somebody.
No.
And I don't want them to have anything, so, and it'd take money to fix it up. So, Ace, come on, buddy, let's take this walk.
Okay.
All right, so this is gonna be the main drive through here. This is gonna be a one-way, so I don't know if we'll keep the house. We don't really have the money to reclaim the house right now if we wanted to. So it's an older home, it's beautiful architecture, but it would take so much money, probably more to fix it than it would to tear it down and rebuild it.
Right, right.
So I don't know what we'll do there, but this is gonna be the main entrance. I might use that area, of course, for, I don't know, welcome
We'll
center
figure it
or
out.
something, okay? But we bush hogged today in this field, and then this is the main road. So I'm gonna walk up here and see how far that they've made this road. Now this road is actually a road that goes all the way around. You've got there's a lot of mountains on this 160 acres. So right here is a mountain. You smell it?
I do smell that. I'm like, what is that shit?
This is not the Chip and Diane show, okay? I mean, that was full blast right there, Amanda. There was no holding back. With the mud and the dog and the smell, that was it.
I ain't had nothing to eat. I'm hungry. I'm over
End of the day, we've been giving money back every god fee. Over it.
Sorry. I did not mean to say.
Okay.
Oh God.
Well,
Oh.
dude, 14 Hail Marys and our mothers. Let's go.
Somebody give the emoji hand. Raise your hand. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
There's a foul smell around here.
It is.
Let me get that mud off of there. Look at this mud.
Oh my God.
Woo!
All right, here we go.
Yeah. And
Woo.
where were we?
Where were we? Holly said that's the best laughter I've had in a while.
Can you
Oh,
walk
Lord.
side by side me, Amanda, instead of behind me?
Oh gosh.
I like more women beside me, not behind me. Come on.
You'll have to hold me.
Oh God, no. Get behind me. I don't want that.
Oh, we're big friends now.
I don't want no
Randy.
friends. Johnny Paul, I don't like you no more.
Okay. Phew.
All right,
Wow.
let me paint you my picture in my brain.
Paint a picture.
And it's only 25% painted. Look at this gorgeous field through here.
Oh yeah.
What I love about it, this is really unique, is it's got this really beautiful field. It's probably 3 or 4 acres here.
It's pretty.
And then there's a patch of woods.
Yeah.
And then there's more acre, like more pasture.
Yeah.
And then there's more woods, and it breaks it up.
Yeah.
So I love, just like on the houses, I like to break it all up. That's what the land does. It breaks it up.
Yeah.
I see a fence through here, maybe some horses,
Yeah.
horse or two, or a llama or something, live animals right through here. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, look at that magnolia tree.
and then over there is the Smoky Mountains just above there.
Beautiful.
So to our right, all right, is all this woodland. And there's a mountain back in there, probably about 75 to 100 feet.
Yeah.
All right, and it goes up. We don't want to build up on the mountain because it's too steep right now. There's a lot of good flat land in here, and this is where the majority of the 40 homes that we propose to put on this resort are going to go.
Yes.
So when you first pull in here,
all right, pull in.
what I want to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut back into them woods.
Okay.
That's going to be the first street.
Oh, okay.
This will be a main road. Now this is going to be, again, a one-way loop.
One-way loop.
You'll come in here, you'll go out down there near the ITH factory.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because we're right across the street.
Right, okay.
You'll go out there. So you'll come in the entrance. So when you come back out here and you want to get some groceries, you'll turn right and go out.
Okay, okay.
That way we can keep this lane, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to keep it really narrow and small, just enough to get the homes in here.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll have a house, a little road, and because that mountain is not too far in there,
Yeah.
we may only put 1 or 2 homes in there.
Okay.
All right, so then I want these lots to be a minimum of 100 foot deep. So then the next road is going to be about 200 more feet up the way.
Oh, okay.
So about every 200 feet up this road will be another entrance, a driveway, and we can put 2 or 3 more homes. And I'm going to put homes in there according to the vegetation,
Yeah.
the size. I'm not going to go and say, hey, like we're out on a flat plain,
Yeah.
and we cut it, you know, and we make efficiency out of the flat terrain that we have.
Right.
Because it's mountainous, we won't do that. What do you
Okay.
got, Amanda? You can stop me anytime.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
it's good. Oh, it's
Let's
good.
go.
There's some blackberries. Do you see that?
Oh yeah.
Blackberry bush. They're really little right now. Little tiny. Oh, I bet it's sour.
Ain't bad.
Really?
The birds are getting them before I
I'm
can get
telling
them.
you, exactly. I have got elderberries, an elderberry bush at the barn, and I have to beat the birds to it. They're not out yet.
Did you guys see? I'm going to show you. There's a locust tree here that has spikes on it, sucker. 2 and 3
Yes.
inches spikes.
Yes, yes.
Now, all right, everybody, can you imagine? And this is how I do this. Like right here, there's going to be a road right in there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm leaving. All it's going to be is a tunnel,
Yeah.
big enough to get your 10-foot wide house in there.
Right.
And when it goes in there, it'll go back into a home site.
Beautiful.
In here, it'll go back to another home site.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? I don't know if you can actually see
There's-
that
I know.
watching it on your computer or phone.
Oh, but they say it looks beautiful.
And then you get up here, the higher we're getting. Now, hey, show that tomato farm.
I seen that.
Y'all see the white that's back there? Can you believe that that is ground cover? They have rolled that ground cover to keep the weeds out of their tomatoes.
Wow.
That'll be full of tomatoes by the end of August
Unbelievable.
and harvesting them.
Unbelievable.
Amanda, what are all these right here?
That was the jasmine. That was the jasmine.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't eat them.
Now look at this lane. We got to make it a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
but I may make a road right there. That'll be the first 1 and 2 homes.
First row.
Yep, and then we'll come back in here.
Wow, look at it back here. Wow.
Now, all right, you stand like right here, if you would.
You
I
can't
did
get
this-
you can't get too far from me.
I did this once before. I'm just going to stand right up there.
Okay.
So this would be like another driveway. Can you all see back up in them woods?
Yeah.
See how thick? I want to keep all of it.
Everything.
So I'm going to come in here and say, hey, we can maybe take 1 tree out. You know, we got to make a big swoop because most of these homes are 30, some of them 40 feet
Yeah.
long with a porch on the back.
Yes.
So we're going to come in here really slow and we're going to pull them homes in there, like right where Ace was walking,
Yeah.
and put a home back in there. And then way back up in there, we're going to keep them distant and quiet in this pretty lane, just the way it is.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so awesome.
And then I want to put a fence. We're going to clean this up some more. I'm going to put probably a stack rail fence, split rail, they call them split rail,
Yeah.
all the way down through here. I may put posts, I don't know, but some decorative, but all these trees will stay.
That is beautiful.
So you'll look through the trees into the pasture from here.
Yes.
All right, let's keep going.
Beautiful.
Good boy. Can you see all the way back up in there? Isn't that cool?
Oh, yeah.
Way back up in there.
Gorgeous. And you know, I wonder, is because I've always lived like this, in the woods, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
How many people on here are coming to this and have never lived like this in the woods? I'm
Right.
curious. How many people have never lived in the woods like this? 'Cause I wonder if it's the majority of people that's coming.
Yeah, I never thought of that because from the resort that I used to own at Brothers Cove, Lord, it was just, I mean, even my closest friends wouldn't come to visit me. They said it was so far out.
Michelle said she's not lived like this. And then Mark said a bunch. And I bet he's right. I
Yeah.
bet it's a lot of people's not lived like this.
I never really thought about that. We take it for granted, you
We
know?
take it for granted. I've always lived like this. So, you know, when people say, when they're worried about spiders and snakes and stuff, they don't know. Like, I've never lived in the city. I wouldn't know what to expect to be in the city
Yeah.
about stuff, you
Right,
know?
right. I understand.
So,
Oh, look, got some barbed wire stuck on me. I mean, up in my boot.
and see, that is something you have to contend with. You got to know what's poison ivy, what you can grab a hold of, what you can't, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Somebody said they love it, but they get poison ivy.
Look at that lane. I can see it.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Wow.
Isn't that pretty? It's so nice. There's the old barn, one of them.
And I told Yump, well, there's one right, look, Amanda, there's one over there.
Oh, yeah.
There's one over here.
Yeah.
There's one over
and
here.
one right there.
And there's another one up there. Let's go. So there's some good wood in here. It's been stripped. Most of the siding's been stripped.
Now, what keeps, someone's asking about the mosquitoes, the ticks, snakes,
'Kay.
scorpions, things like that. What's it kind of like?
All right. You know, they're regional.
Yeah.
All those insects are regional. When I, okay, I'm originally from Michigan. Can we keep walking, you think?
Mm-hmm.
I'm originally from Michigan. When I was up there, you know, my mom and dad and all my family are from this area, but I was raised up there. Well, you don't go in the woods in the winter up there because you get eat up with mosquitoes.
In
all
the
right?
winter?
I mean, in the summer.
Yeah, yeah,
You get
okay.
eat up with mosquitoes, even outside in the summertime. He's always swatting mosquitoes. We used to follow the mosquito sprayer.
Oh.
They'd come down and spray you down the street, and all those kids would jump in the fog and run through the fog.
So it's a thousand wonders we're all alive.
Isn't that
ain't
something?
it?
So they used to spray for mosquitoes. When I came here in 1987 to Tennessee, I'll never forget it. I came here, I camped out, and had the tent of the zip was open. It was July, and I was in my underwear, and there was no mosquitoes all night long, and I was right by the river. Right now, I hate mosquitoes. Right? They're not here.
They're not here right now.
Now, you go to Amanda's house,
Yeah.
they'll carry you off.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand standing outside over there, but it just depends on the vegetation.
I mean, they don't bother me.
And they don't even bite her. But
Yeah.
but certain areas don't have mosquitoes, and some areas do. Ticks. Talk about ticks.
Well, I have a creek.
Yep, you've got a creek right by your house, and it's a swampy creek too.
Yeah.
Ticks. I was over here yesterday, day before. I've trampled through these woods, I don't know how many times, and I've never got a tick. I was talking to somebody who's up from New Jersey and Massachusetts and Maine. Oh, it was Maine. It was Lee. I mean, not Lee.
Lynn?
Oh my God. Remember I wanted to call him Lee?
Oh, Will.
Will.
Will's
Will, I always call you Lee. I don't know why. But he said you walk out in the forest and you got ticks all over you.
Really?
Yeah. Here I don't hardly ever get a tick.
Wow.
Yep. And there's a lot of deer in here. Look how they cut it open.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't this beautiful?
Look at this.
This used to be a big tree was across here, and it was a bunch of barn wood. This is just running one day. They've opened this up.
One day?
One day. And we're still going back in here and cutting them lanes about every couple 100 feet.
And tell them, that is a great point. Somebody said about possums, they eat ticks. They're great. Possums are great. Oh, here's another building.
Another building we got to take down. And I want all that metal on top of it. Like I told you, I said, you know what's in there.
Oh, yeah.
There's beehives, hornets, black,
snakes,
yellow jackets.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff that eat you up.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go in there gingerly and clean around it before we get in there and get all the metal off. Or maybe we probably wait till the fall of the year.
Yeah, you can see everything better.
But all this around these buildings, I want to reclaim the biggest area, probably where the barn was, and I may want to put a big meeting barn here.
Yeah.
Or a couple meeting barns. I want to eventually have this as a resort to where we can have weddings. We can have not just weddings. I want meetings. You know what I want? I want these meetings for all kinds of purposes, you know? Seminars, all kinds of seminars on everything. You know, from health seminars to learning about skills and trades that people have, and come here and stay. Look at this, Amanda.
It's gorgeous. I mean, beautiful.
And then you cut a road right back in there. See them ferns?
How pretty that is.
You just go right back in there, go around here and put a house.
And there is grapevines like crazy. So if you're looking for any kind of rustic kind of crafts to do or something, when you get here, you're going to have all kinds of things you can work with. Beautiful.
And then we got woodland on the left now. So we may take a road right on down in here, meander it around, and put several homes down in here along with up here. You know what I love about this? There's city water, sewer, underground power. It'll stay like it is because we put everything under the ground.
Wow.
Let's see how far we got this road going, Amanda.
Okay.
Oh yeah, look down in there. Isn't that beautiful?
Gorgeous.
I got to get down and walk that.
Beautiful.
You know, that's the only part that I haven't walked.
Really?
That, really all this right here, this one corner, I haven't been on. I've been on all this over here, I have. Yep. Now, there's a mountain right there, and it starts coming close to this road here. So now we've stopped putting in our road to the right because we got a mountain right there.
Yeah.
So there's no, we're not going to put anything right
now,
there.
I just caught this. Maria just said something that I think is super nice of her to say. She said, for the people who sent in their deposits to secure this property, thank you. Because this is a future. It's not just going to be the people that did sign on. It's going to be a ton of people over the years.
It is 160
so yeah,
acres.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was
thank
nice
you.
to say, yeah.
That was very nice to say.
It is. And listen, everybody, this is everybody's land. This is your land to walk on. You're going to have homes in here. And we have not even walked 10% of this land.
My goodness. Will said, thank you for having the vision.
Thank you.
What is it you call him?
Lee.
Lee! Lee!
Because his last name was Labrie.
Yeah. Did
This,
you ask him, is he French?
now, all right, wait a minute now, everybody. What, could you say that again, Amanda? What did you ask him?
I said, did you ask him, is he French?
I'll let him answer that.
He said yes. Well, what's wrong with that?
He's not French. He's French.
He said he is.
Well, I was thinking everybody up in northern Maine has got to be
That's a soccer ball.
French Canadian.
Is that not?
It's deflated.
Well, I'll be. He said, we.
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 Golly.
Look at this. You have, and they're talking about your vision. You've got a vision, and you can take a piece of property and just know what to do with it.
God, I love it.
You got a gift on that.
I just love it. I walk in there, I just start,
Oh.
I got it laid out in my mind right now. So what the ump is waiting on me now.
Yeah.
He took his road. We're going to see how far it went.
Oh my God.
And then I'm putting my flags, and they're going to start cutting them, and we're ready to go. Cutting lots, cutting them in, and we're waiting for the sewer and water and power, man. That's it.
All right, let's go.
Now there's an old home site. Hey, see the power line?
Oh yeah.
So what this place was years ago, I have no idea. This is probably back in the 70s.
Is this the house that we went to that we found a power box, or what's it called?
No, that was in Buffalo Holler.
Oh, that is right.
Look here. There's a house back here.
Wait a minute, I've been to this one too. Yeah.
Look.
I know where it's at.
Can you all see that house back in there?
Look at there. There's a house. Oh my goodness.
There was electricity. It's a masonry foundation.
That's right. So there used to be a road. This is the way they'd come home.
Yeah. Well, all we've done is reclaimed this road. There's actual gravel on this road right here.
Look at the house. My goodness.
Yeah, look, and it's got a gable end on this one, Amanda. See right here?
Oh my.
I remember West Virginia used to use shingles on the side of a house.
Ain't that something?
It's hard to tell in that camera.
You can't see much. Okay.
It's hidden. All right, let's see. Now, yesterday, that's why I brought that truck up here. Tom said, go ahead. They got it all knocked down. You can drive all the way up there. Well, they didn't.
And we're going up in elevation.
Yes.
Will there be houses up here?
Don't know. If I can get the 40 from this point back,
yeah,
is where I'll do it and see. Because from here back, there's not a lot of, you can see there's a bank right here, right?
Yeah, it's not much land.
So it gets a little more expensive when you start climbing. There's so much construction.
And right here's something too.
Well, this is where I backed up yesterday, turned the truck
was it?
around. Yeah. That's like an old chicken house or something, you know?
Yeah.
But back in here, all back behind here is a big, deep holler. They call them hollers here. There's a mountain over there. It comes down. This mountain comes down, and this is a real deep, deep holler.
I love a holler.
If we do this, the road would actually branch off of this, go alongside, waller around that,
Yeah.
and then go back out, and that would give it, access.
Beautiful. Okay.
We can go up, you can see it a little bit further when you go up here. Now this is just rough graded road, reclaiming the road. See an old car seat right here?
Who was it that just said that? Look at there.
There's just piles of junk, there's bottles. This was an old home site, man.
Just stuff.
We're gonna clean
Who was
it
it
up.
just said that? Talk about, somebody just said something, Trucking 101 said something about property taxes. I'm in upstate Finger Lakes, New York. Also, it's beautiful, but property taxes are a lot more than Tennessee in many states. It's beautiful up there, but talk about the taxes here.
The taxes, I think, on this whole 160 acres, if you keep it in the green belt, and it's, I think it was no more than 700 a year, 160 acres.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, property tax. Yeah.
And you said up in Michigan the taxes were just awful. In Michigan?
How bad?
Just awful.
Awful. It's awful. That's A-L-L-F-U-L.
Awful.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about that. Somebody just asked, let me look.
It's going to take us all 3 days to get up there.
I know. Sharon asked, hey, Sharon, ask about how do you put a deposit? What do you do? Because we're doing it different from the other property.
So how do we get here?
How did somebody get over here?
Hey, before I answer, Cheryl?
Sharon,
before I answer you,
okay.
right behind Amanda is a flat spot on this mountain. Tuck up there.
Okay.
All right, let me point my finger. You see Well, man, stay still.
Well, right there.
Right here.
Right there.
Just follow this.
Okay.
All this right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful place to put homes.
Mm.
And what we would do is access it, and we'd fork off of this, and you can still put homes right up on top of that,
Okay.
looking down in on this.
Oh, whoop!
About ready to fall down, weren't you?
Just about.
All right, Sharon, if anybody's interested in this resort, we are still taking deposits. All right, we needed 40 to make it happen. We got half of that without our financing. Okay,
Right.
now, but a lot of, well, some of them, about eight of them are still waiting for financing, which we will get here shortly.
Yeah.
All right, we had over 75 inquiries about this when we
More.
thought
We got over 100 now.
that we wanted, you know, but they need financing.
Right.
That'll all come together here in the next couple months. It's going to happen. So if you want your spot in here, we don't know how many we can actually put in here, because the higher we go up in elevation, the more expensive it is. It's just,
Right.
that's why I've limited it to about 40 homes. You're looking at,
For now.
yeah,
Right?
so for now, and I don't know what, 40 is enough right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what we'll do after that. I really don't, because there's just so much to keep going, the sewer, the power, the water, and all that, right?
Yeah.
So if you want a home, we're selling homes that are 10 foot by 26. I think they start at $58,000 that you can put in here.
Right.
All we need is a 20% deposit. So take 58 times 2, that'll be your deposit. And then we'll put you on the build list.
Right.
And then when we get our financing, you get your financing that we can provide for you, then we'll build your home, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we'll do. But you can put a deposit down right now, save you a spot, and you'll be number 19, 23, whatever it is on here.
I can't remember how many we got.
I can't either. But this is all going to be gravel roads. If we stop building from there back, if we stop building, I'm going to gravel this all the way to the top.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a hiking trail
Okay.
all the way up. I'd like to have maybe have horses here later on for trails. And you all, there must be at least, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 miles of roads
Oh, yeah.
back in here in these
Has
mountains.
to be.
The winter's beautiful here. We came in
Yeah,
here in the fall,
Spring and fall is incredible.
and summer, you know, is,
And too, I'm glad Maria just said this. Hold on. I'll go full off grid and then put me anywhere where a zip line is. So, but you're thinking about doing 100% off grid.
yeah. What's really cool is way back in the mountains back there,
Yeah.
I would love to have off-grid homes. Now, it's
Yes.
really foliage, a lot of foliage, so you can't generate really solar back in there. You may have to have a
Yeah.
generator. I just think it would be so cool to have off-grid homes. The only
Yeah,
thing
and
we
you
have to
hike
have,
back there, right?
yeah, you have to have a sewer for the
Yeah.
state. Other than that, collect your rainwater, have a little generator or solar, and we'll dot that whole mountain full of off-grid homes.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now the thing is, if I do off-grid, I'd like to, will you either walk to your house? Can you imagine carrying groceries all up here?
But there's some people that want to do that, that are living that lifestyle.
Great rentals up there. You
Beautiful.
can imagine parking your car down there, taking your backpack, you got a map, and you got to walk 6 miles to your cabin.
Yeah.
People would eat it up. And have a wood burning hot tub outside your house.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. See to the left, Amanda, this is a holler down in there. See how deep it is, and it's flat down in there. And that's where you dot it with just periodically you'd put a couple homes back in there.
Beautiful.
Now, believe it or not, this road's not too steep.
It's not too bad.
No. We can use this grade that we have right here.
Look at there. Pretty.
Now, to build a road, what you have to do is here's the part that falls off, right? Well, to build a road, you have to pitch the road, right?
Yeah.
Well, you want to pitch the road towards the mountain. And then against the mountain, you put a ditch along to catch the water.
Yeah.
And then ever so often, you have to stop that water and channel it under the road through a culvert. Because if it goes too far too fast, then it starts eroding the banks.
Right.
You put gravel and riprap, big old boulders in the ditch to slow the water down.
Oh.
All right, right here, Amanda, there's a rut.
Yeah.
There's this rut right here. Okay, this road was built by loggers. Okay, so instead of taking the time to put a culvert under the road, they would dig a ditch across the road.
Right.
So about every couple hundred feet, they would dig just a light indention, and that water would take off and shoot down that holler.
Go down that way.
Yeah. So that's one right here. We started up the grade.
Down the middle of the road and
erode it out. Yep.
Yeah.
So like right here, we would probably put a culvert here.
Okay.
Shoot it out in about every couple hundred feet. And it really depends on the steep of the grade, how much mountain water is going to come off of this thing.
That's true.
Get it, buddy. Eat him.
What is it?
Get him, Ace. Get
Probably
him.
a mole. Is
Get
it a
him.
mole?
Get him. What's that? Oh, he's got to get over here. You got to get over here,
He's
don't
so
you,
happy.
buddy?
He loves digging. Water and digging.
You got to get over here. Have we still got everybody's attention?
Yeah, we still got everybody's attention. Go over just real quick. You don't put a deposit over. Well, you do put a deposit, but it's not a lot deposit.
It's a 20% deposit on your home. Okay, do I need to go through the...
That includes the lot.
Okay, this is the... I know I'm thinking everybody already knows this, but I'll just go through it. I don't mind at all.
Just real quick.
All right. All you have to do is buy a house.
Yeah.
And we're limiting the house is from 10 foot wide, 26 foot long, starts like 58 or 56,000.
Right.
Up.
Right.
Okay. For just buying the home, you get 2 years free rent right here. 2 years free. So if you wanted to put this on a rental program, an Airbnb, you got 2 years, you don't pay a dime to live here except for your utilities.
Right.
That's it.
Water, yeah, exactly, utilities.
Yeah. Just to buy the house. So to reserve your spot, the basic house is, I think, 58,000. We need a 20% deposit on that basic house price at 58,000.
Right.
I think it's 11,600. All right. $11,600. You go on our build list right now. All right. Right now, I think we had 22 homes in here, I think, something like that. We're wanting to stop at 40 right now, just so we can plan it, get it done. There may or may not be more. You know, 160 acres, yeah, there might be more. But right now, we're just going to wrap our head around these 40 homes, because what I've figured, the infrastructure, the costs, and everything in that number works.
Okay.
Okay?
And then after the 2 years?
After the 2 years,
then you start paying rent.
You start paying monthly rent. Now, what that will be, I have tentatively set that at $300 a month.
Right.
Which is a crazy bargain.
Yes.
And these lots are big. Their lots are not going to be, you know, like across the street, because that had a different personality.
Right.
This has got a different personality. So you're looking here, they're probably going to be 100 by 100. I don't know what they'll be. They'll be smaller, bigger.
But you're going to go by the lot. You're going to go by the lay of the land. That's how you usually do it.
I want these to be great rentals,
yep,
overnight rentals, home sites.
Yeah.
I mean, things that'll be here for years to come.
Yeah.
This is going to be so cool to look at this video.
Oh, yeah.
In the years after it's done.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that lane down there, Amanda. Isn't that beautiful?
It's so pretty.
I'm going to tell you guys, I had a resort called Brothers Cove in Sevier County. And you can go look at that on the internet, brotherscove.com.
Yeah.
You can actually go, there's a video, come to Brothers Cove. It's a 6-minute video that we did for marketing, and watch that video. Well, I love that property. It was amazing. I feel like this property is better than that.
I do too. I do too. I really do.
This
has got more to, you know what it is about this to me? We're over here at this side. There are pockets all through this whole property. They're all different.
Yeah.
All different. And you feel like you're in a different place with every spot.
Yeah. You go over a holler, over a mountain, totally different look.
Totally different look.
Yep,
Yes.
from down at the house.
Yep.
Now we're coming up in the mountains. Things change, the looks,
Totally
everything
different
changes.
look. So that's what Brothers Cove was, very uniform.
Yeah.
And everything was all, you were always going up to the top and you knew where you was going. This right here is so different.
Like Brothers Cove was one big mountain. So you
Yes.
enter at the bottom and it was just like Kilimanjaro. It was
Yes.
just one big mountain.
Climb the mountain.
Right?
Yep.
This one, you come into bottom and there's mountain, 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 mountain. There's like
Wow.
4 mountains and all these fingered hollers in there, right?
So
and
many
roads are
different-
cut all over the place.
Yeah.
Because about 50, 60 years ago, they logged this land.
Yes.
And they had to have access, and so they left the roads, and we're
Mm-hmm.
reclaiming them, just like right here. This, you couldn't hardly walk up this road day before yesterday.
Whenever we were down at the very bottom of that one holler where you want to do the off-grid, you look up and it's nothing but a big mountain on
Yeah.
each side. And you're down at the bottom and
It's-
it's beautiful.
It was like an
Creek.
enchanted
Oh,
green jungle. Yeah.
it's beautiful everywhere you look here.
And you know, but tiny homes, Amanda, gives us, this is what I was thinking about off-grid. Tiny homes gives us the ability for people to live. Now, this is wild living back in here.
Right, it is.
But it gives you the ability to live off-grid in these mountains for hardly any money, and we don't have to put infrastructure or hardly any roads.
Yeah.
All we got to do is get a bulldozer to pull a house back in there,
Yeah.
set it up on stilts, and you're done.
Right.
You collect the rainwater, right? You collect the rainwater, and you have a compost toilet, and you're on your own back in them hollers,
Right.
man. And I know that's not for everybody. It's for me personally. I would love to have a home back in there, if not a seasonal home, right? A great
exactly.
weekend home. Like I said, you could get a little generator, and I'm thinking about putting it in the ground and putting a piece of big thick foam over the top of it,
Right.
and just get air so it can circulate air. You'll never hear that generator run.
It's awesome.
And you can go 12 hours on 5 gallons of gas. So if you're here for the weekend, and think about it, you really don't need a generator 7, 8 months out of the year. I think most people want a generator for air conditioning.
Of course, yeah.
Other than that, you got a wood stove, right?
Wow.
And that's the end of the road. No, here, man, it turns to the left right here.
Does it? Okay.
They just stopped here. You know, it really wasn't that steep at all down through
It
there.
wasn't that bad. No.
All right, so right here, this road continues right up through there. Isn't that cool? Right up through there.
Oh my goodness.
Now, you guys are in fitness, a little bit of exercising. I had this beautiful mountain at Brothers Cove that I hiked all the time. And it was a little bit more than a mile, but the grade was over 18 to 20%.
It was so hard.
Super steep.
So hard.
This is gonna be a massive, beautiful pet trail of the grade that goes up through here
Yeah.
and all the way up and around and then back down.
God, it's gonna be a nice.
Beautiful hike.
Yeah, this will be nice.
The fall of the year. And listen, you guys across the street, you can come here, walk around, enjoy the view, enjoy the trails. And it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
So if you're interested in this resort, we're looking at a 20% deposit on our basic home of $58,000. So it's like 11.6,
Yeah.
okay? And we'll put your name on we'll give you a contract, an estimation sheet, we'll give you all the legalities of it, and then you're in. And then when you get your financing, all right, approved, that's when we can build your home. You just got to get approved. And the way the financing goes is normally they want a 20% deposit, which comes to the builder.
Right.
Now, we're going to use that 20% to start your home, and as you guys know, it takes more than that to build your home. So we have to build that home quick, get it done, so we can get the rest of your loan to pay for our build and the infrastructure. So, and nobody's ever asked me this, but I kind of just explained it, is why don't we ask for a deposit on this land? And why aren't we giving 2 years free rent? Mine is because we haven't done anything here. It's raw land. You're taking a chance. You don't know us. You don't know what's going on here. You're believing that we're going to be able to do this, right? And just like you all took a chance across the street, and it was just wonderful, and I feel this responsibility to show you where our money goes. You've seen it, you've seen the pipe, the everything that's going on. We want to show you that. Here is the same thing. I want you all, to me a good deal is like, you know what, you're stepping on your neck, as Amanda would say, to get there.
Yeah.
It's like, it's such a great deal. I just want this. And that's what I want. What's 2 years? Fine, you get in here. I don't care even if you leave after 2 years. It's fine. You know what? You're helping pay for the infrastructure on this property.
Yep.
You can stay here the rest of your life.
That's right.
All right? It's beautiful here. We're going to keep it beautiful. But there's no obligation.
No.
All you're buying is the house.
Yeah.
You're getting the land for free.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
The rental.
Rental. And if you don't want it after 2 years, you can take your house out of here. It's on wheels. Pull it up out of here and go.
And people will buy their own property because they fall in love with Tennessee, or they neighbors. They'll want to start living close to each other.
We got several that's doing that. So if you come here and live for 2 years
problem.
and you find love of a piece of land somewhere, we'll help you move. It's fine. But you're getting a home. So in the home, I'm throwing in the land. Now you're saying, why do they have to be 10 by 26 or larger? Because we make more money on a 10 by 26. That's just all there is to it.
It was all had to do with the numbers when it came to this property. Because we had already gotten that property over there. This had to be purchased.
Yes.
Yes.
And when we build an RJO or a Freedom, those little houses, the profit margins are only $2,000 to $4,000 or $5,000. That's it. Bigger homes, we try to make more money off it because there's a whole lot more to them, right?
Will said no one's going to want to leave, and who was it said? Michelle said, I'm never leaving.
Aw, that's what we want to hear.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, and we're just going to, as we live and we breathe in this place, and after 2 years, we start making money right off the rental, and we'll take a portion of that, and you always add back and enhance it more. As our company grows, and if I can ever make some money building tiny homes, then we would put it back. This is something this is my home. This is where I live.
Right.
And it's just the way we do business.
Now, can you kind of go, let's switch gears, switch lanes here real quick. Put your blinker on, Randy. Put your blinker on first. Click, click, click. Talk about the weather. Talk about just things that go on around here. Why would people come to Tennessee? Blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that.
The bad. I'll talk about the bad.
Let's get it out.
And it's hard for me to talk about the bad because I don't complain about hardly anything.
Right.
People working today said, Lord, it's hot. Lord, it's humid. You know, all these things. Somebody said, you got the biggest bugs I've ever seen anywhere, right? I think of it from California, and they said we had big bugs. You know what? I don't ever notice bugs.
I don't either.
I never see a snake. I never have, like I said, ticks or mosquitoes here.
Ever.
All right? It is humid? Yes. You know what? You know what I take the humidity as? It's a part of the United States that's just humid.
Yeah.
All right? Now, we're in the mountains. It is nothing like Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana.
Nothing.
Nothing like Florida.
No.
I've been in all of them and lived in Florida. It is nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Is it humid and sticky? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's summertime.
Yeah.
I talked to Will. He said you ought to be in Maine.
Why is it hot?
100 degrees and humid in Maine.
I wouldn't have thought that.
And then they freeze their butt off in the winter.
Oh, that's awful.
Terrible.
Oh.
All right. So, but when you come here, I love it. You're in the South. This is the southern United States, and it's got beautiful, beautiful history. Just my own family of living here. It's a different culture than the Midwest and the Northeast and the South and all that stuff, Southwest. So I just take a pride in that of where we're from. But also, we're in a subtropical rainforest. All right, we over get 50 inches of rain a year.
Yeah.
We get beautiful sunshine. We get a lot of rain too. A lot of rain in the spring and the winter time. I'm from Michigan, where it's no overcast for 4 months at a time. Never like that here. Never. When it rains, it'll rain, and then it's sunny.
Yeah.
So, property taxes, you won't pay property tax here because I own all the land.
Well, what's it like? What about the winter and stuff like that?
The winters are the coldest. I've been here since 1987, and I've never missed a day due to cold weather.
Yeah.
And I never wear gloves in the winter.
No.
So it'll get down in the 20s at night, maybe in the teens every couple years, but normally at night you may get 20, 30 degrees, and then that's only for a couple weeks. Then it's usually in the 30s at night. It'll warm up to 40s and 50s during the day.
And you know what? I just seen Julie posted this. Hey, Julie, For her to say this, we get this a lot, and this ain't bragging, but I'm telling you what, I'm so proud of the state and to be here. We live here and all that stuff. She said Tennessee has the sweetest people in it, and we have heard that time and time again
Constantly.
from people that visit here, and how people at the dollar store, at the gas station, at all the different places, they just want to help people, ask me if they need anything, everything.
Listen, that's the greatest asset here. Now, you get in Middle Tennessee, different type of folks.
It is a different, yes.
If you get over the mountains in Carolina, there's different people. It's just, there's this culture from Knoxville.
Walk, just in case we're spinning.
From Knoxville here, there's a whole different culture. Well, take the auditor that's coming from the IRS.
Yeah.
She lives locally here.
Yeah.
She went out of her way to try to get us that letter for our financing.
Right.
And she did not
have to do that.
She didn't have to do none of that.
No, she did not.
Nothing. She said, I want to help you not to go out of business. We want to help you to keep going. We're not there. She didn't have to say any of that. Now,
and Cocke County's the same way.
the mayor, the sheriff.
They're trying to help us.
Yep.
To stay going. They don't want us to go anywhere. They want everybody to come here.
You know, I wanted to tell you guys too that Cocke County, it was known as a poor county. It was known as, some bootlegging and some stuff, right?
Right.
What county wasn't years ago? My dad was from the roughest county in Kentucky. But, and I've said this before, but there is an African-American city mayor.
Yeah.
There is a Latino, I believe, sheriff.
He's so nice.
Oh, he's awesome. He always asks me, how am I doing? Everything okay?
He's so great.
We have, and we think we have a deputy sheriff that's African American.
Yeah.
We have a female county mayor.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more diversified
I know, exactly.
can you get than that?
That's right, exactly.
I think that we get a lot of these people coming in from all over the country. We're going to have 40 people here, maybe 150 across the street.
Right.
That's almost 200 people that are coming from other than Cocke County.
Right.
And you're bringing your culture, you're bringing your ideas that could actually influence this place.
Exactly.
That could not influence it, that could bring diversity to it.
Well, I mean, you're coming to a place, I don't care what color you are, I don't care what your politics, what your
gender,
religion is,
yeah.
what your gender, what your preference is, sexual preference, none of that kind of stuff. Everyone is welcome and accepted here. That's just the way it is.
You sure are.
You're
home.
I was raised. That's the way my kids went to school, was raised. That's just the way it is around here.
And it's odd. You wouldn't think that to be here in these mountains. Now,
Yeah.
and hey, we're not saying it's not here.
Yeah.
There may be people that, and I'm sure it happens everywhere in society.
It has that everywhere.
But just in my personal dealing with business and dealing with everything around here,
yeah.
it's just been,
Yeah.
not obvious of any kind of problems.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think when you have the people that we have coming in, the big crowd of people that we have coming,
Yeah.
the more people that you have in an area that are very like-minded and community-driven and really respect other human beings,
Yeah.
that makes change. That's where you change stuff right there.
Yeah.
Is you have people who want the best for everybody.
Well, you talking makes me think that when I came to Tennessee, because I was raised up north, right?
Right.
But my folks are from here.
Yeah, what was that like?
All right. This is what I did, and I've heard this is opposite that has happened in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
When I came to Tennessee, I came to embrace their culture.
Yes.
I didn't come here to change it.
Right.
I didn't come here to impose laws.
Right.
That I think we had laws back home, and I want to have the same law here in
like
jurisdictions.
You were better, up north was better than here.
And bring in your new politics.
Yeah.
I came here because I loved the way it was ran here. I loved the people. I didn't want to change. I really didn't want to have anything. It was like I wanted to be quiet and just feel the culture and know the culture and then blend in with it and be a part of these people that are from here.
Right.
And that's because my roots are from there, and it made me feel proud that, hey, I'm finally back home where my great-grandfather was from and all that back in the years. But when I came here, I don't come here to say, hey, we need all this bureaucracy.
Hey, they do this up north, and that
Yeah,
you need to
and
do that
Florida's
down
been like
here.
that.
Yeah.
You got all, a lot of people from up north have went to Florida, and now it's like you live in a northern state in Florida now.
And that's something.
Yeah. Yep. What's wrong?
Lovey.
Just walk, man.
Oh, okay.
God,
Here.
look, it's flat.
This is not flat.
Ace.
Lord, I got boots on. Tree, look at here. It's flat, everybody, and it's easy to walk. I should just go power walking right now.
Do it.
If I fall,
Here, man, just
I
job
hope
it.
it's on you.
Job it.
Oh, I ain't that lucky. There ain't no way. Oh, look here, Randy. Oh, it looks pretty. Look at that. Tell what that is.
That's cedar tree.
Look how beautiful that crackled pop like that. Look at that. Does anybody whittle? Do people still whittle?
Do you carve?
Do you carve? Look at that. Oh, that smells so good too. Isn't that pretty?
Can you smell it?
Well, I'm sure. That cedar.
I'm sure everybody wants to see me smell a tree. Is anybody still watching?
Yeah, 300 people.
You're kidding.
No.
All right, hey, let me give you an update.
What the?
Hey, like
Eat it.
like Luke, was it Yukon Cornelius?
Yukon.
He throw his hammer, pick it up. Nothing.
On Rudolph.
Nothing. He's looking for gold.
That's beautiful. Oh, fire starter. Somebody said.
First order.
Yeah. You know what I hope? I hope I fall while we're live.
Me too.
And you just. I hate you. You know that.
Yeah, good.
I hope I fall.
Good.
Everybody see how you act. That's him right there. That's Randy.
What am I? I'm walking.
Yeah. I'm walking here.
I'm walking here. That's for Maria.
Oh, stop.
Hey, Maria. I'm walking. That's all
Maria
I'm doing.
said, you fall, we all fall.
I ain't
Listen,
doing nothing here.
She knows what it's about. No man left behind. Randy would leave me
Oh,
in the dust.
Oh, I go get the truck.
Liar.
I go get the
Lies.
truck.
Oh, God, you're such a liar.
Isn't this a beautiful lane?
Oh, somebody just said, watching from Brazil. Hey.
I bet
Hello.
does this look like Brazil?
Isn't that something? I know, Kathy. I love the cedar, too.
My Brazilian brother.
The property is bordered on the river. Now, is there a there's no river over here.
Dry as a bone.
But now there is a big pond.
It's not big. It was dug years ago.
Okay.
It was back where we may call Buffalo Creek.
Buffalo Creek.
And that's maybe where we'll do a small housing development back there. Don't know yet what we'll do with that, but yeah.
Just
But there's
so
a
everybody
small
can see
pond.
where I'm walking straight. I'm walking down, and all these, I'm just supposed to just walk. Well, just walk, Mandy. It's flat. Get away from Get your arm over her.
Ah, yeah. I mean, everyone see the back of my head. Come on. Boy, it's just so cool. I've been wanting to open this lane up for about a year now. I've been looking at this property.
Yes.
And I can't wait till you all can come here and go through this. You know what? When we talked about the jam. If we stayed spread out, we could have people walking this whole thing with increments of people, and we could have people spread out all over the place and have loudspeakers and everything and
Hey, now Linda was asking about what name of river you got trails, the tiny town. What's the name of that river?
That's called Pigeon River.
And it's over at the
Yeah,
shop.
yeah, and there's a really unique beauty about that river is because it was really polluted back in the 80s from Champion Paper Mill.
Yeah.
And
Down in
that's-
North Carolina, Champion.
Yep. And there was a big deal about that because our vice president with Mr. Clinton, right? Gore had massive financial status in that company, and it was the most polluted paper mill in the country.
You could smell it all the time.
The river stunk.
Yes, that
it
is
destroyed.
true.
That's what
That's
kept.
true.
That's about a big reason what kept Newport dead.
Was the smell.
There were so many lawsuits of cancer to come out of the banks of that river.
I
And
remember that back when I was a kid.
They finally cleaned it up. It's been years ago.
Oh.
And they had, I think it was the mayor or state rep told me that they have cleaned that entire length of that river up, except for one, I think a half a mile or a mile, which is directly behind our factory.
Yeah.
They've cleaned it, and I mean, and we've kayaked it. It is
Oh
absolutely
my gosh! Everybody
gorgeous.
that has kayaked it, Bart, with him saying it, you haven't been back there yet, have you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did it once. Yep.
Oh, did you kayak? Okay. Bart said it was stunning. It was just stunning.
Amanda, I left late in the evening and hurried up and took Ace and took down there and got it. But I look back and the river's like this, and you
Yeah.
got the Smoky Mountains looking at you.
Oh wow.
And I didn't get to see hardly anything because I had to hurry up and go down
Oh,
it.
did
But-
he go with you
Yeah,
in the kayak?
he just sat there the whole way.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep, Bryce come and got me. But the river is called the Sanctuary River, and it's a big bird watching area now because the Pigeon River runs into called the French Broad River.
Sanctuary River. So it's not called Pigeon River no more?
No, it's called Pigeon River, but it's so clean that it's like a preserved area now,
Yes.
you know? And so they've got rare birds, a lot of bird watchers come to this
Wow.
area. So it's really cool because it's been reclaimed. And you think about it, our whole, you know, I joke around about a sow's ear
Yeah.
turned into this whole place, man. From the land across the street that was a commercial property that we've turned into a beautiful, you know, tiny home park, 3 parks. The river has been reclaimed. The town has been reclaimed.
There is so much around here. I mean, because I posted a bunch of pictures from Morristown, downtown Morristown.
Yeah,
Where I was the other day on Saturday.
yeah,
Posted on my personal Facebook. Well, no, I put it on the Tiny House Residence. So there's Morristown, just 20 minutes away. We've got Knoxville. We've got the Smoky Mountains. We've got
Asheville.
Asheville.
An hour and a
all
half.
around. Have this where you can kayak, you can do rafting. There's camping.
And the Smoky Mountains are gorgeous hiking trails. There's thousands of miles of hiking
And there is
trails.
a place, tell me what exit, if you remember, there is an exit, I don't know if it's 415 or whatever it is, but it's a 7 Birds park.
Yeah, I don't understand this. I mean, here in Knoxville.
Well, I went there a couple of times.
Is that 7 Islands? The
7
golf-
Islands, yeah.
There's a golf course in the middle of the French Broad.
Okay. Well,
the
I've
Holston.
not been in there. See, I only went to where you park. So, but it's a huge birding thing.
Yeah.
Bird watching. So look it up. I've not been to bird watch yet, but I want to.
Hey, I don't know if this is talking, I just had an idea and I thought about this a while back. Okay, let's say we got a lot of people living here, right? And you got people, and we say, hey, you know what? We would really like to enhance downtown.
Oh, yes.
I swear I would not be opposed if people wanted to do this, is that we get people that wanted to join in financially together,
Sure.
and we buy a couple buildings downtown, and we turn them into something that would be a draw downtown,
The downtown,
you know?
whenever I posted everything in Morristown, it's so beautiful. It's so, you know, the one reason, I mean, I went to every shop and I made a point, no matter how small it was, to buy something. And that's the reason. It's like if you want this stuff to stay, if you want to make a change and people draw people to a downtown, support them
Yep.
by buying a lot or buying their stuff, something like that.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I love a downtown.
If we went downtown and bought 3 or 4 buildings, I don't know what they cost, maybe redo them,
Yeah.
and we form a cooperative, and we own them, and if there's anything to draw more tourists.
That's right.
I even wanted to, there's some spots downtown, I thought about putting some tiny homes on the river down
Right.
there, you know?
Now, one of the things that somebody brought up the other day, and Randy and I were talking about this, because I said, is there any way, that's slick, I'm gonna fall. Okay, I'll walk over here. Is there any way to do a bicycle path from the forest to town?
Oh,
But
I
there's
know
not.
it. I know it.
Is there?
Nah.
And Industrial Road is not safe
I
ride
tell you what I would do, and I wouldn't care, is we could ask the city government, the county government, and say, hey, you know, we'll try to get a grant.
Yeah.
Lucas is awesome about getting grants, and we could maybe meet the grant. We could come up with some donations and people pitching in and say, hey, I'd pay for a trail, you know, bike trail. You know what? Things like that have never been brought up. So you really don't know what would happen, you know?
Right.
So that's the stuff that
So
I
it could
think,
be an option.
I think that's what would really help the locals. They would love to have a bike trail from here to town.
everybody would use the bike trail from the shop over there.
Could you imagine having a bike trail, Amanda, from the river down here at the bridge
That'd be great.
down to where you put in?
I think we ought to ask and see if there's a grant. That'd be awesome.
Wow.
Would that not be great?
That would be fun. Yep.
Can you get Wi-Fi at the resort here?
Yes. This will be fiber optic.
Golf carts.
Beautiful.
Both properties?
Yes.
Okay.
I think golf carts are awesome. Yep.
Yeah, like Amari on here said, yes, a 3-wheel bike since I don't drive. So
Yeah.
There's some people that
Yep.
don't drive.
I'd love to. I thought the other day, I said, man, you know what? I got a couple hours. I could ride a bike to town,
Yeah.
and there's nowhere to ride. Yep, definitely. Look at this lane, everyone. We've been on here probably more than an hour now.
Yeah.
And we have walked this whole road and shown you how we're going to cut roads in and hopefully tuck these houses back in there where all you see at night is just a glow of a light.
And as a reminder, this is not all of the resort.
We've walked 15% of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's 100 and what?
160 plus acres.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, we may have walked 30 acres or something. I don't know.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Now think about this. The three parks across the street are on 34 acres. 2 acres are on the river. 2 more acres are a park. Another 5 to 7 acres are our warehouse. And we've got 150 homes over there. We're going to have 30 acres here and have 40 homes.
Wow.
So that's why we have to have more per lot for the rental. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Show 'em I'm pointing at the shop. The prairie's right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm away from her. Yeah, she's pointing at the shop, and the prairie is right behind that tree line. Yep, right there, right behind that tree line.
You must get horses, Mary said.
That's right. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Have some horses just
Yeah.
relaxing out there. All that's going to be cleaned up, mowed, and yeah,
That's beautiful.
we'll get in there.
Wow. The road is beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a tunnel, don't it? Let me see. Oh, yeah. You hear the birds?
Look at Ace.
Ace has turned into quite a dog.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't run off. If I can keep people from feeding him, he'd eat his supper.
He's been getting sick just a little bit.
Yeah, and people
His
feeding him.
stomach can't handle certain things.
You imagine getting married here?
Yeah.
Big wedding, and then go up to your
It'd be beautiful.
little cabin, your tiny homes,
Aw.
the whole wedding party,
It'd be beautiful.
having a big dance in a big area to congregate.
Big celebration.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
look at that. And then boom. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in and watching our tiny home resort and the future plans. This is in action. It is happening. We are building roads. We're putting in infrastructure. We're making this happen. If you want to be a part of this and join in and want to live in Cocke County, Tennessee, and be a part of a tiny home resort. I call it a resort because it just reminds me of the place that I used to own that was a resort. It was an overnight rental, a lot of cabins, and it's just, as you can see, the whole video of the woods and hopefully what I'm going to put in to this development as we grow. So if you want to be a part of that, give us an email at incredibletinyhomes.com called info@incredibletinyhomes.com, or you give us a call, you go on the web at Incredible Tiny Homes, and of course these YouTube channels. So, wow. Thanks for making this possible. All right, the people have believed in our dream and what we're doing, and we're sharing this dream with you all. This never could have happened without people helping it happen. So this is not a corporation developing this. This is a business that's being obtained by you all wanting homes, and we're delivering our homes and creating this. So, all right, have a great night. Ace, you ready to go, buddy? He is done.
Yeah, he's tired.
Okay. Have a great night. Man, I don't know how you read all them walking down the hill. There you go, buddy. You're so good. He's looking where the... Get him, Ace. Get him. Good boy. Get him. Get him. Get him, boy.